Cody O'Reilly with JoinTeamHunt, sharing real stories from the West, insights from the hunt, and new ways to connect with fellow outdoor enthusiasts. Be part of the action. Subscribe to JoinTeamHunt. Rate this episode and tell a buddy, because you're not getting any younger and those mountains aren't getting any easier. Hey guys, Cody O'Reilly here with JoinTeamHunt. Today we got Braden Forsyth on he's out in Colorado, big time bow hunter. And we're glad to have him on the show. We're going to talk about bow hunting, get into kind of some stories or whatnot. But this podcast will be typically right around bow hunting, and then we'll see where it goes, man. How's Braden doing today?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Doing good. Yeah, it's not unusual for me to do Brandon in there. That's okay. Right. But it is Braden. Doing real good. Doing real good. I'm glad to talk to you, Cody. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Good.
So you're out in Colorado doing some firefighting right now, and you got some tags lined up, right?
Well, firefighting for sure. I've got one tag here in Colorado. I'd actually drawn last week, but had to turn it back in because of academy firefighting. So I didn't get to hunt much last year. So this year I'm just itching to get out. State of Colorado doesn't want to give me any more tags apparently. I'm trying real hard, trying to get the tag and some other stuff. But my September will be good. In October, November, I'll go back to Illinois and hunt right there with family. So it's always fun. I'm just gonna be happy to get out, just because last year was so kind of screwed up. But had to take a step back, take a step forward type things. Yeah, that's how that worked out. Yeah, just getting ready for that like always, and it's good to have something to look forward to. I got an elk tag here in Colorado. I had it last year, but had to turn it back in because of the fire academy. So didn't get to hunt much last year.
Right.
But
it happens.
It happened. I had to take a little step back and go forward, right?
Right. I mean, life throws you curveballs, and you just got to overcome and adapt and work through it, and hopefully give you a little bit more. Hopefully it's a little bit more rewarding this year, once you get out there and get into it,
Right. Make me appreciate it a little bit more. The last few years I've been pretty lucky. Just the amount that I've gotten out over the last probably 10 years, the amount that I've gotten out. So taking a season last year to kind of realign my life and the future is going to be worth it.
Yeah, for sure. What do you enjoy hunting the most? You like mule deer, elk, or you just like hunting in general, and it's what you're about?
That's a tough question. It really is. I ask myself that a lot. We have that discussion a lot. The thing that draws me the most, that I find the most challenging enjoyment is high country mule deer. Early season high country mule deer. Give me one of those tags every year, and I'm a happy man. But not to say that I don't love hunting elk. One of my favorite hunts that I've ever been on and that I get to go on occasionally is I got a friend out in Hawaii, and I get to go out there and shoot axis deer, which is pure action. It's just a ton of fun. You're like you're on Maui and chasing deer with your bow. Like one of the most fun, laid back. But you ask me if I had to answer with a gun in my head, I'd have to say high country mule deer. Like bucks and velvet. There's just something about it that gets me.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I've done a lot of mule deer hunting, mainly in South Dakota.
Okay.
My mom's family grew up in Pierre, South Dakota, so we just got a ton of, I don't know, honey holes or what you would say, but public land that we know like the back of our hands, so we go out there quite a bit whenever I get time or I don't get an elk tag or something like that. I go to South Dakota, do some mule deer hunting. I haven't done high country mule deer hunting yet, so that's on my bucket list. It's a completely different challenge. I mean, I've done quite a bit of elk hunting now, and I've just become obsessed with the elk hunting. But I started out whitetail deer hunting here in Minnesota, and I couldn't get enough of it, right? I mean, I live, eat, sleep, everything whitetail deer hunting. And then I kind of went to my grandparents' farm, started hunting around there, and then got into the mule deer hunting. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is incredible. And then started going out west to Montana and Idaho. I mean, anywhere I could get an elk tag. And then I've just been kind of stuck on elk right now and just loving it, man.
Yeah, they're fun creatures to hunt. I'm looking forward to it this year. Like I said, they're just such a unique nomadic creature. I mean, I've been in a slump the last few years. I had a pretty good run there, and then something happened one season. I don't know what it was, but now I just struggle. Now I just struggle with them. I'm kind of in a slump, so I'm looking forward to busting that this year.
Heck yeah, you will.
But you just gotta keep trying. That's all you can do. Keep trying.
Absolutely, keep pushing through, man.
So
I've had those.
You're up in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm out in Minnesota.
Yeah, one of my really good hunting partners from up there. Or actually, he lives here now, but his family and are from there. I'm by Brainerd, I think.
Okay, yeah. I was just up in Brainerd, or not in Brainerd, but right around the area about a month ago. We were just hanging out on the lake and whatnot, but yeah, it's a great area up there for sure. Yeah, we have 4 llamas at our house here, and we got 2 from Bo Beatty, and then we got 2 more from Patrick Sievert out in Rock Creek Trail Llamas. So we brought llama life to Minnesota, man.
That's all. I bet you people looked kind of weird when you drove them.
Like you wouldn't believe, they don't get it at all. But it's because I've probably gone out west probably 4 years just by myself. I didn't have any. I'm from the Midwest, so there's a few guys here and there that want to go out west and do hunts like that, but I can't get somebody to go with me every single year. And I'm usually in grizzly country in Montana, Idaho, or I'm typically in grizzly country. So I was like, I got to have these llamas or something that can look after me a little bit while I'm out there by myself flying solo. And then
how do you like the llama?
I love them, Braden. I was kind of on the fence with them even after I had them for a year. I was a little bit on the fence with them. And then last year out in Montana, we shot 3 6-point bulls, and they opened my eye. Like, I honestly didn't think that they could get down to where we were at. We were basically on a bench 3/4 away up the mountain, but you had to go down and then come all the way back up. And it was about 1,000 feet of vertical in half mile. So, I mean, it was a pretty decent straight up climb the whole way, no trail. So, I mean, you couldn't get a horse or a mule in there, but those llamas went down. I got, jumping back though, I got 2 older llamas they're not as big as these 2 that I got from Patrick. And you can definitely tell when you're out there working with them and whatnot. I mean, they can get it in some spots where, I mean, you wouldn't think they could get out. So we had those three, we shot 2 bulls, and then I shot another one probably a couple days later. But they had one bull, they would take 2 rear quarters, and he was able to take, Wade was his name, he was able to take it straight up that mountain, half mile, 1,000 feet of vertical. So, I mean, I was like, holy crap, that impressed me and kind of opened my eyes a little bit in regards to the llamas.
How much weight can each of them carry?
So my 2 older ones, I have 1 lazy llama, and you kind of got to understand llamas and work with them a little bit to really understand them. Some of them will go, and then some of them are a little bit lazy and timid, and you got to kind of understand that. And that 1 lazy llama, I usually put him in the front until he kind of gets really tired, and then I'll move him to the back or whatnot. But he's got to kind of set the pace. Otherwise, he gets overwhelmed and he'll want to just lay down on you, and you got to kind of go at his pace. But if you don't really understand your llamas and kind of just try to get out there and go, it's not going to go well at times. But like the llamas that...
Yeah, but they'll carry a pretty good log for you.
Yeah, so these 2 younger ones are like a decent llama. They'll carry 70 pounds on average, and you typically don't want to pack any more than 70 pounds. It's basically 20% their body weight, right? But 20% their body weight, but when you shoot an elk or you're packing meat, you can up that a little bit. So on a decent llama, you can put the rear quarters back on them, and that's basically 120, 130 pounds, and they can go a couple miles, no problem.
Wow. That's definitely a true advantage for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's a game if you know how to work with them and you're kind of patient. They're different than a horse. They're different than a mule. I've grown up with horses. Just my grandparents, they raise horses, so I understand the horses a little bit. Completely different how you work with them, and you got to kind of, it's a little bit, you got to be somewhat gentle with them. You can't really force them. I mean, but the more you work with them, the better they are, honestly.
Nice. Being out here, we're always getting lumber. We're always dabbling. Something that'll always help us get back there, get back out is really the biggest thing. And
right.
Talked about llamas, goats. Worked with horses quite a bit, just guiding. Horses are great and a pain all at once, as you understand. Like, they can be the greatest asset or the greatest detriment.
Yep, absolutely. With your llamas, I mean, that's the one real big positive about them is you don't have to do a whole lot. You basically, once you get them there, you stake them out, give them a bucket of water, and you're pretty much good.
And they don't drink a ton of water, right? Because they're from the camel.
Yeah, they don't drink a whole lot. I mean, they'll drink about once a day, and that's it. And they can go up to like 3 or 4 days. I mean, you don't want to do that to them, but I mean, you give them a bucket of water about once or twice a day, and they're golden.
Nice.
Yeah, they've saved my bacon a couple times too with the grizzlies. I've had a couple grizzly encounters come into camp when I was out there solo, and they set their alarm call off, and I was ready. I had my pistol, but I mean, the grizzly just, you typically when they hear that a llama alarm call, they basically go the other way.
Yeah. That's good peace of mind too out there, especially out there. The number of grizzlies out there.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
What about you? What do you have planned for the season?
So I feel like I got a lucky horseshoe this year. I couldn't believe it, man. I've been applying to Arizona for 6 years. Nothing crazy. I mean, some guys have put in for 20 plus years, but I was just trying to get a tag, late season rifle. I finally pulled one down there in Arizona. So I got a late season rifle tag in Arizona. And then a buddy of mine and I actually drew Wyoming again for a general tag. Wyoming and Arizona. So I'm pretty pumped, man.
Very good.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that Arizona tag in January?
It's in November. So the first week in November. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That'd be fun. That sounds like you got your hands full.
You're
chasing deer between that.
Yep, absolutely. My wife and I are going down next week. I'm just going to do a little bit of scouting down in Arizona. I might as well put a little bit more effort into an Arizona. I mean, you're getting an Arizona tag. Yeah, absolutely. It might be another 15 years until I get another Arizona tag. So we're going to go down there for the weekend, do some driving around, do some scouting. I'll check some water holes. I actually had a guy that I work with lived in the same unit and actually hunted the same areas. He's given me some areas to check out, which is going to be freaking awesome. I mean, I couldn't have lucked out any other way.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. That access deer hunt down in Hawaii, that's funny that you say that. I have a brother-in-law, his mom just moved down to Hawaii, and I shit you not, he asked me 2 weeks ago, he's like, Cody, I think we should go down and hunt down in Hawaii. What do you think about access deer? That's so funny that you bring that up when you've been down there hunting access deer.
It's an absolute blast, man. I say that with the caveat that I'm blessed to have a really good business and native out there.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of places to hunt axis on Maui. The big one is go over to Hawaii, which I've done as well. Kind of on a DIY, more of a DIY type hunt. But I got really blessed. I've got a really good friend who lives on Maui. So he's gotten us on some properties that we typically couldn't get onto.
Okay.
Without him. It was always really nice to stay with him. You know, he takes us out, kind of basically guides us. So, like I said, really fortunate in that aspect. I have gone over to, I guess it's Lanai. You bounce over, you take another flight over to Lanai. They have more public land. Less sitters, public land, definitely a harder, quote unquote, hunt, more expensive because you've got lodging stuff you have to deal with, and a lot more difficult to get back because of that puddle jumper flight. They don't allow a whole lot to get stuff back. It's kind of a logistical hurdles. I don't want to say nightmare, but logistical hurdles.
Yeah.
Compared to Maui.
Okay.
But if you get the chance, go do it. Go do it. It's a blast.
I'll have to take you up on that. Yeah.
They're just on opportunity. Find them.
Is there a big population down there?
What's that?
Is there a pretty big population of axis deer down there?
Yeah. It's way overpopulated.
Oh wow.
There's so many axis deer on the island. Maui specifically, they've taken satellite images of the erosion that potentially caused by those deer, and it's bleeding off into the ocean because there's so many deer. They're predators.
Yeah.
So the population, and they don't. There's a lot of hunting. There's not a lot of hunting, if that makes any sense. I mean, it's a limited amount of people on the island, a limited amount of space, and a limited amount of areas to hunt.
Right.
Even for the local. So they're not getting hunted. They're not getting control as much as they're reproducing. So and they reproduce all year round.
Right. That makes sense.
They don't have really seasons.
Yeah. Definitely need some.
Run a couple times a year sometimes, and you'll find them in different phases of that throughout the years. They're popping out babies quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely needs some population control down there. It sounds like.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's a blast for sure. Like I said, one of my most fun hunts that I go on. As far as just getting hang out with my buddy, spend time out there, and then the hunt itself is just very island, very back. You know, you're not getting up at 3:30 in the morning. You're not hiking. You're hiking. You're putting a mile. You're not getting up at 3:30 in the morning. You're not. It's kind of chill and it's very islandy. But yeah, I've been out there a few years. I guess I was out there. I was on Lanai last year, but that was some buddies from here in Colorado. We went out there and it was fun. It was good hunt. We were nearly successful. One of those like takes you 4 days to figure it out, and day 5 you're leaving type of thing. So
I hate that.
Spent a couple more days. Could put some animals on the ground. But
yeah, for sure.
We had some chances.
Gotcha. Do you have an incredible hunting story you want to share? I know you shot a pretty cool ram I seen, and then you got some pretty big bull elk I can imagine.
They're all special in their own way, you know. So I've shared the ram one. I'm not opposed to sharing it again. I'll live with that one forever. As a matter of fact, I've got him tattooed on my arm. So he's with me forever.
That's awesome.
But that was a hunt that was years in the making. Just because we've been in that unit so many times with different people, and they've had that ram tag. So it's spent quite a bit of time in that unit. Kind of a love-hate special attachment to that unit. So there's just a lot that went into that. To be honest, it really wasn't like I put so much into that hunt.
Yeah.
and preparation and everything else that I was almost, I don't say burned out, but I was kind of like needed a second to like chill out after it because I just put so much focus and energy into that, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Had that leftover residual. So that was a really good one. That one tested a lot of different aspects that we all talk about. Mental fortitude. The cool thing about that hunt is yes, I shot my ram, but the following year, the guy that was with me, one of my good friends, Joe, who's from Minnesota. He's my hunting buddy. He threw a ram in that same area with me, and you could see where he killed his ram.
Yeah.
In our trophy photos. Like if you looked across the valley, you see the locations of where our rams had died from each other. So there's about a mile as a cliff line, but it's still cool that same drainage, we both kill rams back-to-back years and then help each other out do that. That was kind of what culminated as being the coolest part about that hunt, I think, is we both got to help him. He sacrificed a lot, helped me a lot, and then that's a return favor.
Yeah, for sure, man. That brings up a great point. I've gone on some solo hunts by myself, and I've had some great success by myself. But there's just something about it where you have another guy that you just kind of click on. You're on the same level. You're going out there hunting together. Kind of sounds like your same situation with the ram hunt, you and a buddy. It's a little bit more rewarding. You share those stories. You've built an unexplainable relationship out there, and you kind of rely on one another when you're out there, and in turn you push one another to keep going and to get it done. And it's just, I think it's a little bit more rewarding with a few other people, especially when they're on your wavelength. And I mean, you guys are both dialed in, and you're going past 100%, and you're all out, man.
I mean, absolutely. Joe and I talk a lot. We're good friends, obviously. But we were just having that conversation. Like, I don't know if it's age or what, but I love the solo hunt.
Right.
It's what I cut my teeth on. It's what this year I'll be solo a lot, which is fine because we're on different wavelengths as far as bags that we threw and that kind of thing. But we're both kind of like, man, it's getting to the point where like I don't love the solo hunt as much as I like to hang out, you know, with a buddy and go hunting, you know, and have that partner and at least somebody to, if nothing else, complain to, and then they change your attitude. It's kind of that give and take. So,
right.
I mean, the amount of hours, Joe and I, the last few years, this is a pretty good story. There's big mule deer that Joe had found years and years ago. And over the years, we didn't hunt together a whole bunch, but we were close enough that he was like, hey, go look in here. And so the following year, I went and looked. Here was there, it got bigger. Finally, we hunted it together, and this thing turned into an absolute giant. Like, when I say absolute giant, he was killed this year by a mountain lion. And he scored 242.
My goodness.
So an absolute giant. Like, deer your dreams, right? So Joe and he lived in this little basement. And for the first, it's kind of embarrassing to tell the story, but at the same time, I'm proud of it too because I got to hunt this deer and watch this deer for hours and hours. But Joe and I were doing the math. I think Joe and I sat on the glassing knob over this basin for something like 100 hours over the last 3 to 4 years. Just aching in the sun,
right?
Joking, bullshitting, just arguing, do whatever. But we sat on this glassing knob together for hours. I mean, countless. Deer never got killed. We had encounters. We hit close calls. I missed him. Joe's missed him. Other people, obviously, deer that big gets found. So other people, and but it's just those things you think about. Hey, we sat on here. We sat on this for hours, hundreds of hours, watching this deer, just knowing we wasn't in the spot to kill him, or whatever the reason would be, but just sat and watched. It has that camaraderie, right? Like, we're just sitting there, figuring out things to talk about or not talk about. It's just one of those that's what that's kind of what becoming more about, and killing don't get me wrong, killing big deer or big elk or big mature animals is what I'm out there to do. Why Joe will want it. But there's something about doing that with best friend or one of your best friends that makes it different.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So it's tough, especially when you're and that kind of thing, and you don't get to hunt with them, you're not looking forward to hunting with them. It's kind of tough. It's the nature of the beast sometimes. So I'm glad that I still do love solo hunting.
Yeah.
But absolutely love hanging out with my buddy. We go November, go on east and chase animals, in the Midwest, whitetail, and done that a bunch of loads. Fun, but it's not the same.
Yeah, for sure.
Going back to camp and having stories of what happened, sharing intel.
Yeah.
It's just not the same.
Yeah, and that's what really drove me to create Join Team Hunt, is just to make it so we can have a tight-knit community of hunters, to where if I draw an Arizona tag, I can log onto a website and see, okay, yeah, there's another guy that's got that same tag. Let's start connecting and see if we could go down there and we don't have to necessarily hunt together, but we can share tips and tricks and just bullshit. But we have I got a guy that I can call up if I'm in trouble, or go to the same trailhead and camp together, or whatever that is. I mean, it's just, I feel like this industry is missing something along those lines, and that's why I was so driven this whole year to create something to where, and the number one thing that stuck out in my mind is, hey, we got to make this safety oriented. We got to put a background check in there to where, okay, yeah, I feel somewhat comfortable with connecting with another guy that I'm going to go spend a week with, or just go stay at the same trailhead and have a connection while I'm out there 10, 20 hours away from home. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I think it's a great idea, Cody. I really do, because most of those interactions, and maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but when you run into somebody else in the area you're hunting, I get this feeling of I don't know how to describe it. I don't know, like animosity, I guess, probably it. Just because there's somebody else you're competing with.
Yeah, for sure.
You can have, find somebody that's got that same tag, you kind of know who's in there, know where people are going to be. You're not running into everybody when you're both chasing the same bull or deer or whatever it is. At least you created some camaraderie with that prior to the season, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think is one use. It's got many uses, but that's one major one that I see that's missing in the industry, because everybody wants to go out and kill that 240 deer, right?
Yep.
Right.
And
it takes me a lot to be okay with that sometimes, which is probably a weakness in my part. Which I'll accept. You always balancing out with that. That's why I think another thing we hunt really well together. I'm more of a soloist. He's more of the people person. But I think it's a really cool idea if it gets used like that.
Yeah,
And they're like, you for guys traveling, like, hey, I'm gonna be in this area. If you need help or you get into trouble and you need help, there's always that cadre that's always been told. It's not a first. You're not introducing yourself the first time.
yep. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've come across guys like at trailheads. Like, for example, last year out in Montana, there was probably a young kid. He was 25, 27 years old, and he was bummed. He was coming down the hill because he could only go so far because his dad couldn't go past 2 miles. And I could just tell it. He's like, he was so excited for this trip, but now he's up hunting and he can only go a mile or two because his dad just can't go any further. He wants to get back there and kill a big bull, but he can't because he doesn't have anyone to go with, and he's not on his same level. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we put filters in on a mapping system that basically breaks it down for each species, each unit, kind of what you're looking for. Like if you want to go out with some llamas or horses, you can basically be paired up with somebody that has that. If you got some guy that's got camera experience, or if you got a guy that's got a Wyoming resident. So I built all that into the system. It's just, okay, we got to get this out there, get people to use it, find that right price range. What are people going to, you know what I mean? And then just everything that I put into it. It's just, I hope it takes off. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but it's just been my passion and what I'm driven. I mean, I love hunting out west, and I love going out there every year, every chance I can get. And I just know it's a little bit more rewarding when you can be on that same wavelength with another guy, another teammate, or whatever that is, and go out there and just dominate the mountains.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hope it takes off too for your sake and for the industry's sake. But I think it's something that there's a potential gap or a hole that could be filled by it. And to help build that more of that community where it's not just every man for themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Type of attitude. I think it benefits everybody in that aspect. So I really hope it does. It's cool to have all those filters, especially if guys setting up to come out of state hunt. He's got resources to look for or contact if he needs them.
Yeah.
That's a pretty beneficial aspect to it for sure.
I got a couple more topics. I don't know how much more time you got, but
I got plenty of time.
cool, man.
I got all the topics in the world I'm talking about.
All right. You want to get into some nutrition and performance?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how much fees I have, but I know it works for me.
Yeah, and I know what works for me, and I'll share an example what kind of I've just been battling through myself. It started out, I played college ball. I went to University of Sioux Falls. I actually played for Kalen DeBoer. He's down coaching Alabama right now. But it goes back, and then I transferred to Mankato and finished out my career there. But it goes back to my sophomore and junior year. I started pulling muscles like left and right. Like I would put all this time and effort into this, getting my body just in top tip shape. And I mean, I was probably one of the stronger kids on the team and one of the top probably 5 fastest kids on the team. I mean, I was living and dying in that weight room, but something would always set me back to where I would constantly pull muscles or something along the lines. And now, and it's happened to me before the last couple of years too. When I get ready for mountain hikes, I'd go on the incline and do some rucking for as much as I can possibly do every single day. And I'd start to like pull my calf or my Achilles tendon or something like that and I could never figure it out. I knew there was something off. And my dad has a gluten intolerance and my mom has some of that too. And my mom's like, you got to cut the weed out. You got to. And I finally did like 2 weeks ago, and it has helped so much. So I basically cut weed out completely, and my soreness, I would just be sore constantly. and I couldn't figure it out. And I'd do the cold plunge, and that would help like drastically. Like I felt immediate relief. But then like the next day I was still sore again. And and then when I started cutting this gluten out, it's like, geez, I'm not nearly as sore. I can go out and run 5-6 miles, and it's not bothering me anymore. Well, I mean, it's just, I think everyone's a little bit different, but if you don't really know what chemical or what you're missing or what your body is getting too much of, it could throw stuff way out of whack. And I just think it's so important to know kind of what makes your own body tick and what's really what you need.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to admit it, but I'm getting a little older. Getting up in
How old are you,
in my
Braden?
40s now. I can say this. At 42, I went through Fire Academy, which is pretty tough.
Right.
And excelled physically there. So it's taken me a long time to dial in diet and nutrition and how important that is. But I started focusing on it probably, I don't know, 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. And just try, for me, I'm not a very big guy, so trying to put on weight, but still keep the strength is kind of a balance for me as well. But it's just for me, is I try to get rid of the processed stuff. Just I don't think that's good for you anyway. Not good for anybody.
Yeah.
And just try to stick to the basic proteins, fats, and carbs. And whatever ratio you find that works for you, that's what I would for your performance. That's what I look for. I will never tell anybody because I don't have the expertise. Like, hey, you need a 30, 40, or whatever. I will never tell anybody that
Right.
because their body is different. The only way I figure it out, kind of for me, and I'm not this level back where I'm measuring stuff, or it's just kind of a general feeling of understanding food and what's in it. But I just try to stick to a high fat, high protein, lower carb, and it seems to work for me. I'm big in. This is not going to surprise you or anybody else. What I just said, I'm big in CrossFit. Like, that's kind of my general preparedness program. That's used by GPP. Like, that's what I do every day. I'm not very smart, and people telling me what to do is really nice. Like, hey, go do this as fast as you can. Okay, let's go. And I've been doing it for a very long time, so I understand it very well. But I also understand that is just my baseline. I can't just do that and then be ready for the mountain. So I start to change. I treat my year like a season. Just like you did for ball. I played ball back in the day. But just football players, anybody that has a season, right? Like, I treat my nutrition and my fitness like a season. Winter time is more. If I'm trying to gain that weight back that I lost in the season, get that strength back up. Maybe if I'm choosing to whack on something, it's cardio, stuff like that. But then as spring starts to roll around, I that cardio, kind of keep the strength up, but kind of back off on the strength. And then when summer comes around, I'm starting to do a lot less of the strength stuff, a lot more of the what people would call the zone 2 or the long-term cardio, backpack, runs, stuff outside of the gym. More stuff that's going to get, people go to the gym all the time, the gym squat, so their feet usually be jacked up, knees jacked up when they get on hunts, hips, ankles, joints, stuff like that. That becomes weaker you're not using the balance muscles on uneven terrain when nothing's even in the mountain. So I try to cycle my seasons or schedule my seasons to adjust or to adapt. And when I'm going into hunting season, everything I did in January, February, March is built in there, but also done from March on is beneficial for that, you know. And then as far as nutrition goes, like I said, I focus on high fat. I'm the guy butter with coffee every day.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, eat butter raw, drink olive oil, just for calories that aren't empty. I guess I'm fortunate. I'm not a giant sweet tooth because that's a big thing too. Is just sweets.
Yeah, me too. I'm not a sweet tooth at all.
I don't have a big sweet tooth. I'm not saying I won't eat sweet, but it's not very often. I don't drink. I don't know that that's. I mean, for me, it's just something I don't do. I mean, I'll have a shot of whiskey if I shoot a bull. I'll have a shot of whiskey if an animal goes down. But it's just something that I don't think benefits me, especially my age. I partied in my younger days, and it just doesn't benefit me anymore. So I think that helps because I think it helps more from the standpoint of I can get up in the morning and go train.
Right.
You know, or you don't have that delay of hangovers or anything like that I used to get. You don't have to deal with that anymore. And I think that's more of it than the actual physical effect it has on my body. But you know, some people that doesn't bother them, and they you know can go and go all night too. So, but just things I've learned as I've aged, what I need for my body, what my body needs. Listening to your body, learning how to listen to your body. That I think a lot of people don't do. They just want the answer. Like they just want YouTube to tell them or somebody to tell them what to do, rather than hey, I need to try this for a little while. And if it works, how I feel, how I do feel, those kind of things. I think people just want more of that immediate response or answer, and they don't give things time to develop. You know, like you with the gluten. That's great. In 2 weeks, you want to feel better, but I'm not saying that you can ever go back to gluten because I think you're on the right track. But keep that up for 2 months and see the improvements. It's awesome to see results in 2 weeks. And I think you'll see even more results in 2 months. A lot of people are like, oh, I gave myself 2 weeks. I'm like, well, that's enough to change anything. That's enough to see any changes for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just being patient and understanding that this life thing is a marathon, not a sprint, and giving things time to change and develop.
Yeah, I mean, I can't agree more with you, Braden. I mean, you hit it right on the head, sticking to the basics, amino acids, the unfiltered salt in the morning, the good fats. It seems to me when I eat even more cleaner, my body's craving those good fats, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I'm a strong believer of sticking to the basics, just like you said. Yeah, I don't drink either. I just don't see the benefit in it at all. I think you and I are on the same wavelength versus we kind of get that high from working out hard and going on runs or pushing our bodies to the limits to prepare for a mountain hunt that we strive for. I mean, that's what we are geared up for the whole year. And that's our reward. And that's what we are so passionate about, to where I don't want to be hungover because then I know I'm going to get a half-ass workout in and it's just going to be crap and there's no point in it.
Yeah.
It's not helping us for that ultimate goal.
Right. And that's, everyone's got their priorities. I'm not judging anybody's priorities. I just know mine. I know what that is. And to be able to perform in the mountains as best I can. We only get so many seasons, right? And so to take advantage the seasons we get, like that's my goal, right? Take advantage of the season we get. Use the bodies we've been given to the fullest potential. The hunting thing to me is I love the plot, and I think a lot of people miss that. It's just I love the process. I love to shoot my bow. I love to get better at shooting my bow. I love to learn new things about shooting my bow, and I do every time I go out and shoot it. I love the training for it. I love the prep for it. I love the process almost as much as the hunt itself. And I think that's what keeps me going. And going back, like having that sheep tag, the amount of effort I put into that process was exorbitant. Like I sacrificed a lot for that, which it wasn't a sacrifice to me. But some things lost, didn't get the attention in my life that they would have without it. But having that goal and putting in that work for it and then accomplishing that goal is there's no other feeling like it, right? I mean, you go into Montana and put a goal, like there's no feeling like that focus for 6 months or whatever you find out you have that tag, and then packing that animal off the mountain and getting it in the truck with the last load, like you can't describe that to somebody who hasn't done it.
Yeah.
That feeling. So it's just a passion I think that I have or that we have that I love to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we put all this time and energy into a hunt. We go out there, spend time away from our families, miss them like crazy when you're out there, but it still drives you to stay out there. And it's like, oh my goodness. And then you talk about that comfort crisis a little bit, to where you're so out of your element at times. When you have a rewarding and successful hunt, or even if it's not rewarding, you get back to normal life and you're like, this is a cakewalk. I'm like literally walking in the clouds and I'm dealing with all these problems and it is so easy. Like, what are all these people complaining about?
Right. and I'll be honest, like this year is going to be interesting because I had a year off of not hunting last year, and I've gotten pretty comfortable, and I don't love it. I mean, I still push myself to uncomfortable places. But I've noticed some things. I'm like, I'm pretty comfortable in this. And so it's going to be, I'm really looking forward to being uncomfortable and revisiting that again and making friends with it again. And living with that discomfort, because like you said, like everybody, most people run around and they just like to be comfortable, and that's the human nature, is like to be comfortable. You have to make yourself uncomfortable. I believe to grow. So it's going to be. I'm looking forward to the season for that aspect. Of like, hey, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be uncomfortable at times. And I'm interested to see from the mental standpoint, like, okay, how are you going to adapt and overcome this and deal with it. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that quite a bit, actually.
Heck yeah, man. I'm right there with you. We hauled out last year in Montana. We were out there for, I don't know, probably 5-6 days, or it was probably longer than that. 6 days when my two buddies shot their 2 bulls. And we got those 2 bulls out, we packed them out, and then we went to have a burger at a bar. I just had a burger. I think I had 1 beer. And the amount of flavor that came out of that burger and that 1 beer was incredible. Like my senses, my taste buds, everything were just so heightened. Like I couldn't even describe it. It was crazy. And then getting back to the cabin that night, I mean, you just passed out, and it was so rewarding and comforting at the same time. It was incredible.
Yeah, you appreciate those things so much more, right?
Yeah.
Like everything you have a little bit higher appreciation for the simple things. And like you said, like the problems in everyday life are not as big a deal as we make them, right? Because we don't have that drama, so we have to make it. That's what a lot of people do, I think, is just to get that juice in their life, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
So for us to go out and do what we do and challenge ourselves and push ourselves, all the scouting and all the hunting, that's our juice. So we're creating that passion in our life, and when we get back to normal life, it's like, yeah, this is easy.
That's a cakewalk, man. What are you complaining about?
Right, exactly.
Oh, for sure. Shoot, man. What else you got?
I'm just excited. I appreciate you having me on. I'd like to see this website grow.
Yeah, for sure.
This community. Just for like you said, I think it's a great idea. To bring more people together, not just going in blind all the time.
Yeah.
Trying to understand what you're up against too, from a pressure standpoint. It'll help, I think, from that aspect. I think there'll be some obviously in stuff like this, there'll be some unseen benefits too, or some unexpected benefits.
Yeah, absolutely.
From a scouting tool to preparation tool. So yeah, and I can see something new or something different, kind of fill a gap in the industry that I think might exist. Yeah, I'm excited to see that from you. I'm glad that you're out there doing it. It's gonna be good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm putting a lot of
There's a lot of effort in that.
Oh man, I probably worked, I don't know, 15 hour days nonstop for I can't even remember. It's quite a bit, but it's rewarding. I mean, just talking to guys like yourself, Braden, this is my passion. This is what I love doing. This is what keeps me motivated. I got a full-time job where I go in and we build garbage trucks at McNeelius, and I'm production manager. So I work 50 plus hours there a week, and then any other hour that I can spare is basically poured into this website. And it's the little things, like you said, that unexpected value or the unexpected accomplishments as you go, or the friendship building and all that stuff. It's all the process, and it's kind of similar, or it is similar to hunting, right? It's just that whole process coming together, and it's not the end goal. Like I don't care if I make a whole bunch of money or whatever that is, but I care about this hunting industry and these relationships that we build, to where we can really build the industry and connect with one another, share stories, and have a buddy while you're out there enjoying the best moments of your life, hunting out west, hunting these incredible animals that you just dream about and keep you up at night. And you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean that's what it's, I think it's a big deal, especially right now in the industry, because it's being attacked by so many things, land sales, government agencies, making it harder, restricting more, just really squeezing us out.
Right.
And I don't see a giant resistance. I see individuals that are doing things here and there, and nobody's really coming together as a big community to resist all that or speak up for us. There's pockets of people here and there, organizations and people, but you don't see this big giant push. Everybody. And I worked in an archery shop, so I saw a lot of people come through. It really is self-focused kind of industry right now. Like, how do I become this guy or that guy? What this guy does, or what male, female, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's become very self-centered or self-focused. And I'm as guilty as the next guy.
Yeah.
But see someone trying to build community where we're at least supporting each other. It's kind of the groundwork for us creating a bigger resistance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're creating a tribe. We're doing a more tribal feel. Create the bigger tribe, create the more united resistance versus just individual groups kind of focusing on something here or there. Most people are just like, hey, what tag am I going to get? And I hope I kill something really big.
Right. And I think you and I can attest. I mean, in our younger years, we were probably a lot more like that right away initially. And then once you've been in the game for so long, you really truly learn to appreciate the relationship building and that team camaraderie and just the whole process as a whole. You really appreciate everything, and it's just not about the kill or the big animal to put on social media. I mean, it's really about that relationship and being able to call Braden up and say, hey man, let's bullshit for 5-10 minutes and talk hunting for a little bit. I mean, that's what it's all about in my opinion.
Yeah. And you could be right. You could be an experience thing, but I definitely noticed a change in me and the focus. You asked me, a hunting story earlier, and I've got walls full of animals here. I'll tell you a story about what my best part was. The story I kind of migrated to in my head was, my buddy had to kill, a ram, a very special animal to me. And I turned around and helped him the next year. It's that story to me is better than, hey, I was out, I killed this big animal. It's really, I got another, I have another similar story that falls on, my biggest elk that I killed. 2 weeks before that, I'd helped my buddy, and he killed a giant bull that year. Then he turned around and helped me kill my biggest bull. So like that story, not because we killed big bulls, but because we got to help each other on both sides of that. Is the best part.
Absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt. I'm right there with you, man. For sure.
So, well, yeah, that's about it, man. I'm really glad you had me on, and I'm glad to see something like this come out.
Thank you, Braden. I appreciate your support, and thank you for taking your time out of your day and coming on the podcast. And we'll have to do it again and stay in touch, and maybe we'll share a hunt one of these days. I mean, you never know. Maybe we come across paths.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And hey, if you need anything, reach out. If you got questions I mean it, man. If you need something, feel free to reach out to me.
Same goes with you, Cody. Appreciate you reaching out to me, and look forward to running across the paths in the future and running around and watching the success.
All right, man. Cool. Stay in touch. Thank you, Braden.
Take care, Cody.
Enjoy your evening.
You too.
Yep. Bye.
That's a wrap for this episode. Remember to stretch those legs, scout new trails, and share Join Team Hunt with a friend. The next story with that ultimate team is just around the bend.